PT sir, you can start, sir.
Yes, sir. Good evening. Warm wishes and greetings. On behalf of the Executive Committee of Tamil Nadu Orthopedic Association, I wholeheartedly welcome our honorable past presidents, past secretaries, and distinguished members to this memorable event, virtual meet with our legends to commemorate Golden Jubilee celebration of TNOA. I take the privilege to be the honorary secretary for the second largest orthopedic state chapter in India, with more than 2,000 life members, 23 affiliated district city clubs excelling in diligence, adding a feather to our golden cap are our innovative activities such as e-teaching, e-PG teaching programs, YouTube channel supplementing the dissemination of knowledge to our younger generation. Our quest of proficiency had imprinted in various activities such as TNOA e-newsletters, digital reforms, online video journals, TNOA mobile app, and more to roll on. Yesterday is ours, tomorrow is ours to win. Yes, we all take the pride in our continuous outstanding performance in winning the Best State Chapter Award of IOA for the 6th term. Let us all keep this momentum and our understanding to win back in years to come. TNOA is always blessed to have legends who remained victorious in our history and made an incredible contribution to our association. With their blessings, we shall make our TNOA as the best in our orthopedic fraternity. Thank you. Now I invite our beloved President Dr. S.G. Thirumalaisamy to deliver his presidential address.
Good evening, respected past presidents, secretaries, beloved teachers, friends, Secretary of TNOA, Dr. P.T. Saravanan, Treasurer, Dr. Ponraj, coordinator of this event, a key functionary of this particular program, Dr. Ravi Varma, and dear friends. It is really a great opportunity and an event which we have never seen in TNOA conferences, that so many legends coming together and interacting with us. I can see each one of you, my professors, my mentors, the teachers who gave us the knowledge, basic knowledge of orthopedics and continuous encouragement and interaction socially as well as professionally over the past 30 years. I can relate each and every one of you in a different way. My teachers, friends, assistant professors, juniors. So it's really, really very, very interesting program. And in spite of the COVID pandemic, we are all tied up at our hospitals or home. And this could happen because of the continuous effort of our secretary as well as Dr. Ravi Varma. Every president has contributed enormously to the growth of Tamil Nadu Orthopedic Association. That's why we could get the coveted A.K. Gupta Trophy continuously 4 years and probably this year also. And this was possible only because of the structure built up by the legends like you. We will always remember and cherish these moments in our life whenever we think about orthopedics. I'm really honored and happy to be part of this program and eagerly waiting to listen what you say, which is going to be informal as well as entertaining. And I am really looking forward for this program. Thank you very much. We will go ahead with the program. Thank you. Raja?
Yeah. So, very good evening to everyone. And I'm sure you're as excited and thrilled as I am as we begin to march into history. That is the completion of 50 years of one of the most vibrant academic associations of the entire country, the Tamil Nadu Orthopedic Association, as we call it fondly, TNOA. It was on this day, our association was inaugurated by Dr. Robert Prof, as you all know, from Liverpool, UK, in the presence of doyens like Professor M. Natarajan, Professor Soundra Pandian, Professor A. Subramaniam, and Dr. P.V. Mohandas, and others, of course. We started with few, but now we are many, not only in numbers, but also in ideas, academic excellence, social activities, talents, and creativity. The achievements of an organization are results of the combined efforts of every individual. As you all know, coming together is the beginning, keeping together is progress, and working together is success. However, it goes without saying that a leader is needed to take us forward. Great leaders don't set out to be a leader. They set out to make a difference. It's never about the role, but it's always about the goals. We fortunately have not just one, but nearly 44 leaders, that are 40 past presidents and 4 past secretaries, who had made this vision possible. It is only appropriate that we relive, cherish, and enjoy every moment, listening to the very same legends who carried the association on their shoulders for 50 long years for you and me to reap the benefits. When President and Secretary TNOA called me up and handed over the responsibility of taking this occasion forward, I felt I was the most lucky and privileged. We wish to have an elaborate celebration, as our president said, but as the new normal has taken our lives, we decided to celebrate a Golden Jubilee moment virtually. Well, it is not academics to speak on a particular subject. And then we decided to get in touch with each and every president and collect their memories, contributions, and vision for the future and release it as an ebook on this memorable day. I was amazed by the response from the legends who were so enthusiastic and forthcoming in being a part of the celebrations. 27 of the living 33 presidents have contributed their articles. They have shared their feelings and achievements in the ebook, which is a very, very, very big success for this Golden Jubilee event. This ebook takes you through the entire journey of 50 years of TNOA. I'm sure you'll be more inspired than me to learn from their stories. As you all know, today we have many presidents on board today, and time is a constraint. As we are all coming on the other side of 50, we can be awake late. So we have decided to allot slots to all the people in the order which I have already collected about whoever is present. I've already collected. So we'll be requesting you all to offer your felicitations, and considering the time, maybe about 2 to 3 minutes, each of the past presidents can share their wonderful moments with TNOA. And without taking much of your time, we thought it would be appropriate if our past presidents could share their feelings and their cherishable moments at this point of time. And without wasting much time, I request our President, Dr. Thirumalaisamy, to request our President-elect, Dr. Anthony Vimalraj, to honor our senior most past president today, Professor A. Subramaniam, at his residence with a shawl. And I request Dr. A. Subramaniam to release the ebook on behalf of TNOA in commemoration with the 50th year of TNOA, Golden Jubilee celebrations. Thank you.
Dr. Anthony, yeah, please honor Professor Yes.
Given the right up, I will just make it short. As I've already given my right up, I will.
That's great to see Professor Yes.
Professor Yes is not shown in the screen.
Is there, sir?
We are not able to see.
If you go to the next page, he was available in the next page.
Oh, right, okay.
Sir, Dr. Anthony Vimalraj, President-elect of TNOA, thank you very much for having honored our senior most professor, Professor A. Subramaniam. Yes, A. Subramaniam. And now we request Professor A.S. to offer his felicitations.
Sir, Dr. Anthony Vimalraj, sir, can you please unmute his audio, sir?
Anthony?
Adya, we did see the honoring of Professor Yes.
Yes.
Really, sir? Sir, it is available in the recording. It's available in the recording.
Third page.
Okay.
So there are 3 pages, sir. So you need to move across the pages.
No, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now, Dr. Anthony, kindly unmute Dr. A. Subramaniam, so he can deliver the felicitations. Now, about Dr. A. Subramaniam, he was the past president during 1985 and 86, one of the founder members of TNOA, and has been with the TNOA right from his formative years in 1968. A great teacher himself, TNOA has a gold medal in his name for basic research, of course, in keeping with his passion for teaching. Dr. A. Subramaniam, sir, over to you, sir, for your felicitations.
Yes. Revered President, my dear orthopedic colleagues, it's very nice on your part to have invited me for this function. It's almost 30 years since I retired. That means it's a generation. One generation later still to remind and to think about me and to have invited for this function. I do consider it an honor bestowed on me. Well, talking about the initial function of TNOA in 50 years ago, I remember many memories, but I'll just say one or two and then finish with that because long talk, others may not have an opportunity. It was in a Kanibara hotel on the prohibition times. We enjoyed the meet very much. Also many of our members. At that time, it was only about 40 members or so. But now I hear the membership is about 2,000. This is the initial from 40 members to reach 2,000 members is a great achievement. In the initial 4 or 5 years, there's only one president and Dr. M. Natarajan. It was efficiently run. Professor Rowe, who was the chief guest of the inaugural function, was so impressed. He, after going to UK, immediately sanctioned only Tamil Nadu, that is the Madras Medical College postgraduates, to be eligible to join MCHR's course. That is an honor for our association and also for our Professor Dr. M. Natarajan. And the first beneficiary of that honor, Dr. Mohan Das, he was the first person to go and join MCHR's course with the MS Ortho degree as the basic degree. Of course, many things have happened subsequently. TNOA meets are always very pleasant, very enjoyable. And there are many associations in India, particularly medical associations. A lot of confusion and infighting and everything. But TNOA, as I understand, there is no problem at all. There is always an understanding. And we nowadays have a lot of activities going on. In the initial period, we were just mainly concentrating on didactic lectures. Later, they projected slide lectures and further a lot of live TV programs, surgery programs, and like that. I only wish in future, a lot of research is being done on the field of, should be done in the field of orthopedics. Maybe I am a little ambitious and very avaricious also to say, the day should come when I have a fracture in femur, I should put an injection into that area. Immediately it should set like bone cement. And that material should be altered into a callus and then a regular bone. Similarly, it should also be possible to have sheets of cartilage cells cultured in the outside the body, and that can be inserted through a scope into the joint. So the bones and joints should be replaceable by almost like the original material. Whether I'll see that in my life, let us see. I wish all of you all the best now and in future. Thank you very much. Again, thank you very much.
Ravi sir, unmute பண்ணி பேசிக்கோங்க.
You're fine.
Keep me always unmuted. Yeah. Thank you very much, sir, for your wonderful words of wisdom. Now, may I call upon Dr. R. Venkatakrishnan, the past president in 1988-89. Known for his witty and humorous nature, there is always a positive vibrance wherever he is. Unique way of teaching that is fun with learning. But he knows the art of driving knowledge into your mind, which you can never forget. Enormous connect with the history of TNOA has happened during the period of Dr. R. Venkatakrishnan. Sir, you can also share some of your wonderful events that have taken place during your time also, sir. Over to Dr. R. Venkatakrishnan, sir.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good. Let me first congratulate all the organizers, including Raja Ravi Varma, for this nice TNOA 50th year Jubilee function. The only way we seniors, so-called legends, can pat ourselves on the back is that we had laid a strong foundation for the association. But it is you youngsters who have built up a huge edifice. And I think TNOA is one of the top state associations in our country. So congratulate all the presidents of this association. Actually, so many, we are on the first generation. Second and third generation we may know, but the third and the fourth generation may not be knowing us. But I think you have given opportunity for all of us to be known to the whole gamut of orthopedic surgeons. Now, I can now see that TNOA is associated with multiple activities like teaching programs, conferences, CME programs, and serving the orthopedic community exceedingly well. Let me also invite all the orthopedic surgeons to put their united effort and make this combined effort for the continued growth of the association so that it will serve the aims and aspirations of the orthopedic community at large. God bless everybody. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your inspiring words. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir. Next, I call upon Dr. A. Devadas, who was the past president in 1990-91, another founder member and a great teacher, and I would say one of the best pupils also till date. As everyone knows, he has not missed a single TNOA con till date and has been a faculty in almost in every meet, if I remember. His passion for academics brought laurels not just for TNOA, but also to IOA as one of the 5 presidents from Tamil Nadu. You can see him well ahead of time in any conference, and from the first time I have seen him, there has never been a slump in the enthusiasm with which he presents his papers. He very passionately remembers his association with Professor Elisarov. In his article, he refers TNOA as his Uir, meaning life. That is how much he has had himself associated with TNOA. Over to you, sir. Dr. Devadas, please.
Thank you, Ravi. Respected President, Dr. Thirumalaisamy, Dr. Saravanan. At the outset, I must congratulate the Executive Committee for having all the virtual meetings in the form of CME program as well as for the postgraduate teaching program for the TNOA so that we can get more critic points for our association. Now, the TNOA, when we started, I'm one of the founder members of the TNOA in 1970. And from that time onwards, I've been associated with the association and conducting a lot of CMA programs at Madurai as well on many occasions with the help of Dr. A. Subramaniam and RVK. And almost 250 delegates used to come from all over India and those days for TNOA, the CMA programs. So in that way, I was able to sort of contribute something to the TNOA program, all the CMA programs for the TNOA. Now, during my period in 1991, Elisarov came to Chennai. At that time, I was working in Chennai Children's Hospital, and I had the opportunity of presiding over the CMA program organized by Gopalakrishnan, where Elisarov was showing the live demonstration on some of the limb discrepancies as well as the thromboangiitis albuterons for one case like that. So I had the opportunity of shaking hands with him. So I'm very proud of having had the the opportunity of meeting as well as shaking hands with the reservoir man. And in this connection, I must say to the present day generation that I feel very sorry that the clinical examination of the patients are going behind, and it's not sort of well thought of. Immediately they go for the investigation like MRI, CT scan. So in that way, I would request the future, the executive committee as well as the president to see that all the CME programs are attended by the members, and you must have the credit points. Just like Bombay Orthopedic Society gives the credit points for all the members, and they must attend the particular CME program. The credit points must be given just like IMA has got the credit point. We must also start the credit point so that all our boys are exposed to updated. Many are not updated. I'm very sorry to say that, especially in the periphery. So it's very important that we must see to that our standard of orthopedics is much improved than present day now in periphery especially. So I would request the TNOA to see that in future, that you see all the CME programs are conducted in the periphery, and if you give credit points for those who are attending, in that way we'll be able to serve better to the public and prevent some more complications. And I must thank the President, Secretary, and Raja Varma for having invited me for this Golden Jubilee celebration, which is very unique for me because thinking about it, Virat Kohli has not done anything at all for India, but we have done 50 years. So we have done extremely well. I'm sure we'll continue to serve. And I said this one before, TNOA is my weir. Without that, I can't sleep at all. Thank you very much for my giving me the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for having given us the opportunity to be there during your period, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Now may I call upon Dr. Major Raja. Sir, we all know about your excellence in academics and your interest that you have taken in academics as well. You are a dean, and sir, during our conversation, I remember you told me that a vehicle was not provided to the dean of Kilpauk Medical College, only to Madras Medical College and Stanley Medical College, if I remember right. And you bought a car and you used a car as for the dean, if I remember right, sir. Sir, over to you, sir. Dr. Major Raja, please.
Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Respected President, Dr. Thirumalaisamy, the Secretary, Saravanan, and my senior teachers, Dr. A. Subramaniam, Venkatakrishnan, and my senior colleagues, Dr. Devdas, Dr. Arlapan and Alagappan, and Dr. my good friend, Dr. Farooq, and my junior colleagues. And after coming here only, I come to know that I was a president in 92 itself. Till that time, I was thinking a little earlier. For information, in those days, the Orthopedic Association was a very small one. And I joined the Orthopedic Association within 5 years after its inception. And the entire activities were going around only Madras in those days, because only 2 centers were there, Madras, then next to only Madurai. The other places we didn't have, because of the foresight and of our great teacher, Professor Narayan. He was able to create 3 posts in Salem, Kadalur, and Trichinopalli as an orthopedic civil surgeon's post he has created. Then afterwards, so many colleges have come. In those days, and I was associated with this association as an executive member, joint secretary for 3 years, secretary for 3 years, vice president, then president, and immediate past president. Likewise, I was associated with them for a very long time. And for the information of the members, I think I am the first elected president of this Tamil Nadu Orthopedic Association. Till that time, it was an unopposed post. I didn't want to contest at all. My friends and my students, all these people like Mailwana, this Jay Shankar, Farooq, so many people forced me to contest and all these things. Then I become president. Afterwards, now people are contesting very tooth and nail for this one. In those days, the conference, I remember very well, we used to conduct in Madras Medical College in the seminar hall. That is only one day affair. Morning we'll assemble, we'll have a nice lunch, and 4:30, 5 o'clock tea and over. Same way it is in the Sadasivam auditorium also, the same thing will happen. In those days, I remember there is only 50 rupees for a life member. That also, so many people won't pay 50 rupees. So they pay 25 rupees. I put a semicircle one side, and afterwards, rest of 25 I put a full circle. That was affair of our association. But only thing is, we had a wonderful comradeship. I still remember the best part of it in those days, that is the banquet and the orthopedic conference. And we were all at level, all by our good teachers and everybody. There is one of the gala affair we can never forget and all these things. And as people said, Professor Narayan, T.K. Shanmugasundaram, Dr. Subramaniam, all these people are great people, legends. And I am very fortunate. I was a student of Professor Narayan as his last batch. And the first batch of T.K. Shanmugasundaram, I was the first batch for his MS student. Likewise, Dr. Subramaniam was thrown there. And a lot of other people like Devadas, that is Mohan Das, so many people were there. And I'm very happy that is the association grown so much. Normally, afterwards, I became an administrator in the dean in 2 medical colleges, director of medical education, vice chancellor. I could not attend the meetings and all these things. Now I decided to attend the meeting in future for every year. And because some of the people, old people, and all these things, I lost sight of them. Now I want to review it. And but even the youngsters and all these things would have been somewhere, some students or some assistants during my administrative career. And I'm very happy. From 200 student members, it will come to 2,000. It's a phenomenal growth. And we are having orthopedic surgeons everywhere in Tamil Nadu today. When I went there in Tirunelveli as a professor of orthopedics, we are only 3 people were there in Tirunelveli city. There is no other orthopedic surgeon in Sangaram, Goil, Tengasi and all. Now, very small places there are orthopedic surgeons. It's all due to our illustrious teacher, great man, Professor Narayan. And long live this TNOA. And I'm very happy. I congratulate the president and the members and all the members. Wish you all the good luck to you. Even the pandemic, you are able to arrange. The way the Raja Ravi Varma called me over the phone, I thought I should definitely attend this meeting. That is why, otherwise I have to attend some other meeting. But the only thing is the way he has put it, even though only seeing you now on the screen. But the only thing is when he talked to me, his tone was so nice and I immediately accepted. And I'm once again thankful to all my senior people. And especially I'd like to thank Dr. Mohammed Farooq. When I joined my postgraduate, he was the only man known to me in that place because he comes from Madras Medical College. I am also old, second batch of Madras Medical College. Dr. Devadas is the first batch of Madras Medical College. But the Mohammed Farooq was very, very helpful to me in the formative years of my postgraduate studies in Madras Medical College. And all the people were happy. I am very happy because all the people, and wherever I worked, as in the administrative capacity, the orthopedic department used to help me because they were all a part and parcel. And an orthopedic association in those days produced, we were deans and 2 vice chancellors. I come from Tamil Nadu Orthopedic Association and the great Mailwanan and myself. And I wish that our orthopedic surgeons in future also, we should become administrators. And one stage, money is enough. What is there? We are going on earning till the end. You be in the post and all these things, so we'll enjoy the academic as well as administration. And I wish all the good luck to you. Once again, I thank the president and Raja Ravi Varma. Again, thank you so much for all the help you have done. Thank you, sir. Wish you all the good luck.
Sir, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. And thanks for sharing that important piece of history that you are the first elected president. And
one more thing I like to tell, and the important document of the Robert Roth came and all this with all the signatures. I have found it now. And when you have the meeting, I'll come and present it in a framed one. I'll give it to you.
Certainly, sir. Certainly, sir.
That is a very, very important document. It was because I have been transferred to so many places and all these things, I could not trace it. Now I think it is there on the place. I'll produce it when you have the physical meeting. I myself will come and present it.
Sir, we will ask our honorary secretary to send our office person to your place and collect it, sir.
No, I myself will come and present in the open meeting conference.
Okay,
itself,
sir.
I'll present.
Okay, sir. Once again, I request you to give an article sharing all this experience.
I'll do that, sir. I'll do
Yes,
that.
sir. And as I already said, about 27 presidents have already given their articles. And
I'll also send it to you by email.
yes, sir. This ebook contains an article on nostalgia, where I brought out all the salient features of our association right from the period of.
Certain things I cannot tell now because these people, Devadas and all these people, want all the Kumbakonam affair, this support. But it was a jolly good period. No, nothing wrong in it. Only thing is, as I told them, when the train started from Madras, when he landed in Kumbakonam, two people has to be brought down in a stretcher. One is the president, another is the secretary. I happen to be secretary. Thank you, sir. Bye. Goodbye.
Sir, Kumbakonam nostalgia it will be only with you all, sir. It will not be in the e-book.
No. What is nothing wrong in it? It's among the family only. See,
yes,
I don't share it outside. It's within the family. See, after
So
all,
kind of you, sir.
you won't let
So
me
kind of
down.
you.
I know that.
And my apologies for not mentioning that you are the vice chancellor of our university, sir.
No problem at all.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Now, may I call upon Dr. Muhammad Farooq, who was the past president between 93 and 94. The first president to grab the coveted Best Chapter Award of Indian Orthopedic Association, which was later rechristened as IOA Dr. A.K. Gupta Trophy Award. With limited resources during those times and lack of communication facilities, it is a real wonder that you had achieved so much and you do so much to bring the attention of the Indian Orthopedic Association in getting this award, sir. It's a great achievement, and now the TNOA is boasting of nearly 6 of those awards and many more to come. Over to Dr. Farooq, sir.
Thank you very much at the outset. And my dear past presidents, first, then now present president, secretary, as well as Dr. Raja Ravi Varma, all the people, I thank for inviting me. I'm not a good orator like Dr. Raja, who makes us laugh at every time he talks in a funny way, because I knew him not only as a student of Madras Medical College, but I knew him as one of my colleagues at Madurai Medical College hostel, almost second room or third room of mine. And in the holidays, we used to stay together in holiday places, holiday hostels. That is the part. I thank you very much for inviting me for this beautiful function. And I must be grateful to all of you, all the Tamil Nadu Orthopedic Association members, for making this association an unforgettable association, because many people, wherever I go, as a visitor or previously as an examiner and all, I used to have good opinion about this association because of all of you. I have not done much in the association, if at all, if I have occupied the major posts like assistant secretary, just like the Dr. Raja, secretary, then president after Dr. Raja. I think that I was a president, and I was editorial secretary. All those things. And the one person I must mention is, in all this, the person who helped me a lot, other than Professor M. Natarajan, is Dr. Madurai man. You can guess who it is, Dr. A. Devadas. Because I used to go from Tiruchi to Madurai for any help I need in the association. And I have occupied almost all the posts. I am very happy that I attended as a president in the annual function at Vellore. Otherwise, I don't want to take your time, because all of you are busy people, and particularly Major Raja will be a very busy man always, because he is always wanted by somebody or other. And I thank all of you. I'm very happy to see Dr. RVK and others, and Dr. Alagappan. He is the husband of my classmate. All these people, thank you very much for your invitation. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, sir. You've been as humble as always. But in your article also written, you have not achieved much. But the very first award that you won for us from IOA, that itself is one of the greatest achievements, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Ramesh, has Dr. K. Sriram joined? Ramesh?
Professor PDR is there.
Yeah, no, I left out Dr. K. Sriram because they are not joined. I just want to confirm. It's okay. Now I'll move on to, I may just call upon Dr. P. Dhanarajan, who was the past president 94-95. Every student will remember his long sessions of clinics with students, reading of x-rays and so on. Excellent surgical skills can be imbibed from him. TNOA has initiated a medal in his name in innovative orthopedic work in trauma. If I remember right, he was a valiant boxer also during his early days, and his physique would stand testimony to it. Over to you, sir, Professor PDR, as we fondly call you.
Thank you very much. Dr. Thirumalaisamy, President, and Dr. and Secretary, Dr. Ravi Varma, and others. The orthopedic profession in our state has gone very high standard. But somehow or other, I feel the postgraduate students are not utilizing the talent of the teachers. I was told, because maybe wrong, there is no separate discussion, case discussion, like what we used to get it in GH, where everything will be discussed in front of the professors, and that will be corrected. Not like seeing an X-ray and just treating the patient. It's not like that. Unless you are doing well. Professor Natarajan is to be very, very strict. And you cannot, if one is absent, he has to explain why he was absent. So that was the state. So I took it when I was a teacher, professor of orthopedic surgery. The main thing is that the patients and doctors' relationship should be the best, and how clinically they evaluate. Clinical diagnosis is very, very important, which present days, now what they say, why should we listen to the doctors' lectures of, discussion with professors, assistant surgeons? We can very well go into see the latest developments where everything is there. We can very easily learn it. That is wrong. Physical handling of a patient and thinking something on your own should be encouraged. I don't know why this is not being done. I may be wrong. That innovation should be there in everybody's mind. For example, I'll let you know a small thing. I was posted in Chengalpet Medical College as professor, where I was to do a hemiarthroplasty. Everything was ready. I was to go to the theater. A theater nurse told me that we don't have the Murphy's kit, sir. Everything is available. That is not there. What to do? Then, what to do? I can't borrow it anywhere. Sometimes I don't use it, but in difficult cases, it may be necessary. Then I said, Sister, I go to gynec department, get one speculum, vaginal speculum. Autoclave it and keep it ready. Tell me, I'll come and do it. This is, you will have to keep in mind. If one is not there, what is the next alternative? So I was able to proceed, and then luckily, even without using the speculum, I was able to reduce. That's a different thing. That much of thinking, utilizing their brain, anywhere they can be, they can go and survive. So this way I'm saying is, it is, suppose a group of students join in an institution, it is very important task of the professors and assistant professors to see that everybody, clinical examination, give them a case, ask them to present, and theory can be read anywhere. So that should be, because I used to take this clinical demonstration till 4 o'clock in the evening. My assistant used to come and say, "Sir, we are the one coming very early in the morning and going very late, sir." So that may be true, but anyway, why should I stay there till 4 o'clock? So I said they should be under control and they should learn. They can very well, any problem, they can straight away ask us. So what I'm saying is, this recent generation, I don't know, I may be wrong, I am not in touch with them, should come out with the multicolors. That's what I keep in mind. I tell the youngest orthopedic surgeons to learn by touch and feel, then diagnose. Okay? Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Even today, your thoughts are only on the postgraduates and the postgraduate teaching and clinical examination. Thank you so much, sir. Fortunate to have people like you. Next, I call upon Dr. K. Sriram, who was the past president 91-92. My first teacher and guru in orthopedics. He is an encyclopedia in pediatric orthopedics, as you all know. And as a student, I've been awed by documentations in his clinic. He had followed up patients right from birth to adulthood with photographs, notes. The architect of the Silver Jubilee Conference, he was responsible for the inception of Dr. N.S. Narasimhan oration of TNOA. Over to Dr. K. Sriram, sir.
Sriram sir, you need to unmute, sir. Already you are unmuted, but you need to unmute yourself. Already you are the co-host, sir.
So kindly unmute and speak, sir. Ramesh, can you unmute from your end?
No, already done, sir. But you need to click it his own, sir.
Raja, you can make a phone call to him.
He's not picking up. Maybe there are some technical issues.
You can ask somebody else to speak.
President, can I move on, President, sir, and then come back to Dr. Sriram a little later?
Later.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir. May I call upon Dr. C.T. Alagappan, a very pleasant, a genial gentleman orthopedician with a smile always ready in his face and a spring in his walk. He was a great teacher as well, and even till date, he remembers to recall pleasant memories with whomever he comes into contact. A great trait. Over to you, sir, Dr. C.T. Alagappan.
Thank you. Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Thank you. I congratulate all the Tamil Nadu Orthopedic Association officials for having arranged this Golden Jubilee meet. I've been really longing to meet a lot of people. We've been all the time locked up in the house because of the present pandemic. I was looking forward to meet and talk to people. And it's an amazing growth that we have. Tamil Nadu really remarkable.
Okay.
We have, we can be proud of that. And what, if you want to, reach what Dr. A.S. was talking about, the fractures to be treated by injections and then osteoarthritis, the sheet of cartilage, I think we should encourage a lot of research to go on. That's the only way we could go further forwards. And also Dr. Devdas was telling that he was very proud of shaking hands with Ellis Raw. Such a thing must reverse. Proud of shaking hands with us, with Indians and Tamilians. So we should attempt all those things. People should feel proud to come and shake hands with Raja Ravi Varma. That's a kind of research and the innovations with which we have to come out. That's one thing. And I've been always enjoying Tamil Nadu Orthopedic Association meetings. It's not only meeting your friends, you learn a lot of things, and the family also meet everybody else, and it was very enjoyable. So I wish the Tamil Nadu Orthopedic Association all the best, and then carry on with everything that you have been doing. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for stressing on research. Thank you so much, sir. Now, I may call upon Dr. K. Annamalai, who was the past president between 2001 and 2001. Known for the famous Thursday classes to his students, he takes immense pleasure in teaching postgraduates, something which he had imbibed from his teacher, Dr. Souvenir. He was privileged to be the president of the first year of the millennium, a very unassuming person to move with, and his son was my classmate. Can you imagine that? Over to Dr. K. Annamalai, please. Sir, unmute. Sir, please unmute and speak, sir.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. You can, sir, you can open the video also, sir. Just click the video icon. Sir, please unmute, sir, and also click the video button, sir.
Okay, ask him to talk later. Ask somebody else to talk now.
Hello?
Patient, sir. Patient, sir. We're not able to hear you, sir, please.
Hello?
Yes?
Sir, we can hear you, sir.
Okay. Good evening, dear friends. At the outset, I want to congratulate the organizers of the meeting. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, we can hear, sir.
Organizers of the meeting. This association has grown like a banyan tree. That's because of the old teachers, past teachers, young orthopedic surgeons who have contributed enormously for the development of this association. When I assistant surgeon in Department of Orthopedic Surgery. Professor Souvenir laid down his office, and he was a great teacher of orthopedic surgery, clinical surgery, from whom I developed a zeal to
Disconnected, Raja, is it?
Ramesh? I think there are some technical issues
Okay. We
with
can,
Dr.
Sir,
Maybe we
he's
can
on-
come back later.
Sorry, he's on line only, sir.
he's back.
hello.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
listen, sir. King, sir.
Sorry for the interruption. So I wanted to take up teaching orthopedic surgery for the postgraduate students from the third year student to final year student. I was teaching, and I developed the art of teaching from Professor Souvenir. Not even a single Thursday meeting I missed. I took it as a challenge to teach the postgraduate students. After that, I continued as a orthopedic surgeon. Whenever time possible, I used to teach.
That's great. I think again it's cut off. We can move on to the next one. Yeah. Thanks, Professor.
Thank you. Sir, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. We'll come back to you again once your technical hitch is over, sir. Ramesh, sir, முடிச்சிட்டீங்களா சார்? சார், லைன்ல இருக்கீங்களா?
Yeah, I finished. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for being with us. Thank you, sir. Next, I may invite Dr. M. Rajagopal, who was the past president 2001-2002. If you are seeing a trauma block in Government Kilpack Medical College, you will remember it was Dr. M. Rajagopal who was responsible for that. Later, as dean in the same institute, he had ensured the development of the specialty. His passion for Elisora techniques is well known, and continue to learn. What you know will never be enough. This is mantra for everybody. So over to Dr. M. Rajagopal, sir.
Good evening to everybody. I would like to first congratulate President Thirumalaisamy and Saravanan Secretary and Coordinator Ravi Varma. In this hard hour, among the COVID, they organized very nicely and called all the past presidents, and they made arrangements for giving memento and other things. It's a very good thing. They have done a wonderful work. For that, we must appreciate the people. Some of the people may occupy the post, but they may not do work. But some of the people, they occupy the chair, and there is a difference between the power and the authority. And these people got the authority to achieve all these things. For that, once again, I congratulate the office bearers. And you must encourage the youngsters to go and come up with a crown in the head, for which they are making all arrangements. And in Tamil say, வெள்ளத்தால் கொள்ள இயலாது, வந்தனலால் வேகாது, கல்வர்க்கு கொடுக்க இயலாது, கொடுக்கத்தான் குறையாது கல்வியின் செல்வம். If you give the knowledge, it cannot be taken by flood. If you give knowledge, it cannot be fired. It cannot be stolen. If you give to others, you are enriching the subject. For with these few words, once again I thankful to all these officers. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Raja, next, sir, முடிச்சிட்டாரு.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So now we move on to Dr. A. Rajamani, who was president between the years 2002 and 3. Known for his passion in spine, his passion for education also is well known. It was during his time that the first ever live in a TNOA conference was conducted. It was during his period that TNOA not only increased members, but also finance. His passion was for OSS and was its president as well. Over to Dr. A. Rajamani, please.
Good evening to you all. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
First of all, I thank the
Sir,
Raja
Sir, Rajamani sir, sir, Rajamani sir wants.
and it's really I'm very happy to participate today because I could see all my
Sir,
Am I audible?
no, 1 minute, sir. Sir,
Rajamani, sir, 1 minute, sir.
Sir, please log out from one system, sir. Actually, you are logging the two system. That is why that echo is coming.
One off பண்ணிடுங்க sir.
ஒரு system off பண்ணிடுங்க sir.
Yes, sir.
ஒரு பையன் கேக்குறாருன்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
Sir, unmute பண்ணிடுங்க sir. I wish to share that 24 presidents are available on screen today. I think it's one of the biggest attendance ever in the history of TNOA. And அதுக்காகவே on behalf of TNOA, we congratulate all of you all, sir, and thank you also for all of you for that. So, Dr. Rajamani, sir, over to you, sir.
Hello.
Sir, now is clear, sir. Now yes, you can speak. Now you can speak, sir. Yeah. Now he's audible.
Very good, very good. First of all, I thank the President Thirumalaisamy, Secretary Raja Ravi Varma for inviting me to take part in this meet. And really, it is my pleasure to meet all the my senior teachers and my friends, and at least via this video. And really thank again all my seniors to inspire me to take part in this association actively. I have occupied all the posts of the association almost for 10 years, starting from executive committee. And I think I was the last secretary to occupy the post for 3 years. Subsequently, next to me, it was my 2 years, so that we the opportunity for all. And I'm proud to say that we are the first one to organize the live workshop at Salem, and the conference was conducted in 1998 as a secretary at ERCA. It was very difficult to organize a live workshop in those days. Nowadays it is very easy. And I'm very happy to see so much of academic activities are going on around the whole, not only our association, everywhere. But one thing I like to request the office bearers to look into it so that it can be organized in such a way so that things do not overlap as long as possible. So that everybody could not attend. Each CME, some good speaker or something message is there, and everybody could not attend all. So something can be coordinated, number one. Number two, next one, to instigate or make motivation to the youngsters or all of our members to vote for IOA election. And make among, once again, OASIS has to be a little more taken into coordination very well. Because if all the OASIS members vote, I think South can definitely win and occupy one of the top posts in the IOA. Not coordination is not there, and all the youngsters should be motivated to vote. These are the two things I would like to convey to the present office bearers to take the steps forwards further so that it can be done at least in next election. And some of our people should come to the outcome at the national level. Otherwise, I think a lot of presidents are waiting. I don't want to take much of the time. And thank you once again for this great opportunity to see all the friends. And then thank you again. Long live TNOA. Hope we will meet in the subsequent conference in physically all. Thank you so much. Thank you. Am I audible?
Sir, yeah, yes, sir. Yeah.
So thank you again.
Sorry, sir. Thanks a lot, sir. Your points are well taken, and definitely we'll try to execute all those things, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Next, we move on to Dr. T. Prabhakar, who was president between 2003 and 4, a very quiet, smiling, and genial orthopedician. His period, along with Dr. P. Vijayaraman, embarked on the zonal representations and stressed the need for more EC members. Over to Dr. T. Prabhakar, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Raja Ravirama, for your nice words. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, very much.
Okay. President of the function and TNOA, Dr. Thirumalaisamy, Secretary, Dr. Saravanan, and the coordinator of this function, Dr. Raja Ravirama. Thank you all very much for this wonderful opportunity given to me to speak a few words. Kudos to all of the organizing committee for organizing this virtual meet of past presidents circumventing the Corona-19 resurgence. This is a very nice way to celebrate the Golden Jubilee function of the TNOA. I take this opportunity to greet my great teachers and seniors, Professor A.S., Professor R.V.K., Professor A. Devadas, Dr. P. Dhanarajan, with whom I was associated as an internee in Rayapeta Hospital. I remember Dr. P. Soundarajan, Dr. M. Ramanathan, all those my teachers. I wish all the members of the TNOA the very best. Stay safe. Thank you all very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your pleasant words. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
On to Dr. R.H. Govardhan, who was present between 2004 and 5. Ranked among the best teachers and surgeons, his authority in Elisora principles, deformity corrections, and arthroplasties have only very few matches. He is a very dynamic leader, and he led both the TNOA and IUA with astonishing efficacy. His contributions from OSS were responsible for the TNOA Foreign Fellowship for Senior Orthopedic Surgeons. Over to you, sir. Dr. Govardhan, please.
Thank you very much, Raja. Respected senior teachers, my teachers, senior members of our Orthopedic Association, present President Dr. Thirumalaisamy, present Secretary Dr. Saravanan. Thank you very much for inviting me for this Golden Jubilee celebration. It was very nice to see all the illustrious legends of our association who were in the screen. At least 24 of us are there. I could see my professor, Professor A. Subramaniam, Professor R.V.K., Professor Devadas after a long time later, and Major Raja, Dr. Farooq, etc. So it was a great opportunity for an interactive session in this pandemic zone. The year when TNOA was conducted during my presidency was a turmoil one. I have written up in that article because during that period, there was a problem of conducting the conference at Chidambaram because we had a new organizing secretary in the form of Dr. Balakrishnan, who was not even member of TNOA, but virtue of the head of the department, we had the issue, but it was amicably solved by Dr. Pandian, who took over as an organizing secretary. And you all remember that that was a very disastrous year for the entire Tamil Nadu because we had the tsunami that year 2004. And our executive committee meeting was on the same day of the tsunami at Kadalur. We were conducting the meeting and without realizing what was going on outside. And later when we came out, we saw the calamity, what has happened. We went to the headquarters hospital at Kadalur and we inspected the venue on that day. And it was a great show by Dr. Pandian and his entire team, Dr. Kishnaj, Dr. Rajendran, who is a general surgeon who was generous enough to give his engineering college for hosting the TNOA. And within 6 weeks of the tsunami, we had the conference. I had great memories of that. The association has had only 700 members during that period, that is 2004 to 2005. But now it is 2000 years and the youngsters have been doing a lot great work. I should acknowledge that. And we are doing a great show in the national and international arena. I wish the members of Tamil Nadu Orthopedic Association to show more enthusiasm in academics with all spheres of orthopedics, and they will do good to the association. Thanks very much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir. Those memories are still fresh in our minds also. And I think you are one of the most courageous presidents, past presidents. So much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. The next president, Dr. David Rajan, David V. Rajan, 2006-7 is not available today. So I move on to Dr. M. Chidambaram. He was president between 2007 and 8. He is also an ardent sportsman and was responsible for the growth of sports in TNOA in a very large way. His pet subject was trauma care, focusing on prevention of road accidents, and took it to the drivers on the roads and the RT officers to spread the message. Over to you, sir, Dr. M. Chidambaram.
Good evening. I'm audible?
Yes, sir, very much.
Respected President, respected Secretary, the coordinator and wonderful Master of Ceremony, Dr. Raja, and my seniors, all the yes, my seniors, my teachers, respected past presidents, good evening to everybody. It is a pleasure, and I should first congratulate, as everybody congratulates, the organizing team for organizing such an event. That is number one. Number two is Professor Dhanraj, Professor AD, and Professor AS was telling. To my knowledge, we can classify the orthopedic surgeon's growth into 3 phases. First phase is when Professor Nadrajan, PKS, SSP, and AS, RVK, Devadas on this side. And later, the middle stage, myself, Prabharan, Rajamani, Govardhan were there. And now the latest in orthopedics have come. So this is a third stage, the improvement is coming. And as Dr. Devadas and Dr. Dhanraj was telling, the clinical examination, whatever advancement you have, the clinical examination is very, very important. And I want to also stress in that. And during our period, we were having the trauma awareness program. Actually, when David Rajan was the sitting president, I was the president-elect. We want to have a trauma awareness program so that the road accidents are in the high. Nearly 1.5 lakhs people are dying every year in India alone. So we want to have a program for the association itself, and that was muted. And we started the program, and we did lot of awareness program in Madurai, thanks to my friends and colleagues. And PT Saravanan also was doing it in Kumbakonam. A lot of friends are doing it, but it did click and go on. So my importance, thanks to the secretary, my Dr. Selvaraj, we were doing it. But my wish and vision is better, our association should have some sort of a program for itself so that we can save a lot of lives. Number two, during my period, our period, we reached the magic figure of 1,000 membership during our period, thanks to Secretary Selvaraj also. Dr. Govardhan was telling, during his period, it was only 700. 700 to 1,000 was a great number at that time, and we could make it 1,000 members. And as Raja was telling about the sports activities, it was in 1995 when Nadesan had his first conference at Erode, and when the David Rajan was the secretary, the shuttle badminton tournament was started. And all of you know, as presidents, there was a lot of hue and cry during the general body meetings to stop. What is this? This is only academic, this, that, and all. But the health is very, very important. Everybody talks of health, and you should keep good health for us to going. And all the presidents, the past president talked about me, talked before me, are all very senior people. And just because they maintain the health, we will be able to see them, and we are happy to see them also. So in that way, it was mooted, and a lot of activities are going on, and including chess we started. It was going apart from the academic feast that goes on, and I wish senior people also can participate in the chess or something like that, so it will be encouraging for the youngsters. As Professor Rajamani was telling, we should have a coordinated effort for the OSS and IOA elections. This idea only Professor A.S. started the OSS. Professor A.S. started OSS on with PVP. So that we should encourage our people to vote for the during the OSS and IOA so that our South people can win. Govardhans are lost because there was no coordination. And now recently our President Dr. Vijayaraman also lost, and Ramesh Babu was lost. So we should have a coordinated effort so that the South can win the elections and have a say in the all India level. I don't want to take much time. Thanks for the opportunity. Thanks. Long live TNOA. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for stressing upon physical fitness as well as unity amongst us. Thank you so much, sir. Next, I invite Dr. P.V. President between 2008 and 9. Known as the Constitution expert, he has many developments in TNOA to his name. He was responsible for the formation of the TNOA Trust as well, and also the registration of the association in 2002. Remember, after a very long time, some of the years it was missed. Therefore, it was Dr. P.V. who took it up, and in 2002 it was registered. He is also one of the founder members of OSS and was responsible in shaping its bylaws and functioning. Over to you, sir, Dr. P.V. Vijayaraghavan.
Respected President of TNOA, Dr. Thirumalaisamy, Secretary Dr. Saravanan, and Dr. Raja Ravi Varma, the energetic coordinator of this program. I'm indeed very happy that we are able to have this Golden Jubilee sort of a function, and many presidents, almost half the number of presidents are all online, and we are able to meet on this virtual program. It's a very great initiative, and I would like to appreciate this effort. I was, if I remember correct, the 29th president of TNOA. So I pay my respects to all my 28 predecessors and best wishes to the 21 who followed me. The TNOA, I was sort of an outsider to begin with, because I had all my education in Delhi, in Maulana Azad, and then Jipmore, Pondicherry. So when I came in, I just started attending the TNOA conference from 1994. It was Dr. Govardhan, and I must really mention this, that when I actually thought of participating more actively in TNOA, I actually applied for EC membership. For some reason, Govardhan felt that I had a much better credentials to hold a senior position. So he requested me, why don't you apply for joint secretary? So that is the time that I entered into TNOA as joint secretary between 2002 and 2004, and then as a secretary between 2004 and 2006. And as rightly told by Dr. Raja Ravi Varma, not only me, there are a lot of other people who actually helped me in getting the constitution right. Because without a constitutional bylaws, you cannot register the institution. So on that ground, I was able to get the TNOA registered with the efforts of people like Dr. Selvam, one of my own assistant, Dr. Ravichandran, and we were able to get this going. Then, of course, there was this 1 or 2 years after past secretaryship, we waited and then contested for the presidentship as a vice president of TNOA, and I was able to win that as well, and then become the president in 2008-2009. I must tell you that it was because of the hard work of all my predecessors and due to the consistent effort and collating a lot of material that we were able to win the A.K. Gupta trophy after a long time in the 2009 IOA. I was actually an IOA member before I became even TNOA member. And it was a great treat for me and Dr. Nalli Uraj as secretary to go and receive this in the year 2009. After that, of course, there was again a little break, and once again we get. See, Tamil Nadu is known for its academics, and we have got great orthopedic surgeons who really are no less than anybody from the north or from the west. But for some reason, we do not exhibit ourselves to the same extent as what the north people do. And this is what I have observed. And there is heavy politics that goes on. And somehow Tamil Nadu people do not have that inclination to fight these things out. And I just heard two past presidents, Dr. Rajamani and Dr. Chidambaram, telling about how a South Indian can ever get elected to the IOA. In my opinion, it is not going to be possible. Even if South votes, there is a lot more happening in the North. I am presently on a litigation on this particular matter, and I hope we will succeed in exposing the IOA for all its wrongdoings. So TNOA is in very, very good shape. I also would like to tell that do not opt, this is to the present president and secretary, do not opt for online voting. That has got much more malpractice going on than the real ballot papers. Ballot papers have stood the test of time for quite some time. So I would definitely request that we should be in that same platform. We have got a good credentials as an academic body. We should stand with that type of this thing. I know postgraduate programs are given a lot of importance, while a lot of people have said about CMEs and things like that. I think we should also concentrate quite a lot on practical workshops and competency development. So that should be the focus, whether it happens during TNOA or in between. There are lots of opportunities. And now I must really congratulate the secretary and the president for introducing quite a lot of webinars. And in that, a lot of learning is happening. So in short, I would like to wish, now I have gone into administration and become a vice chancellor of Sri Ramachandra. Do not have so much time to be contributing towards orthopedics, but all the same, I think TNOA will live long and it has got good credentials and it will have a great future ahead. Thank you for the opportunity, Dr. Raja.
Thank you so much, sir, for the wonderful words of wisdom and food for thought. Thank you so much, sir. Now we move on to Dr. S. Natesan, who was president between 2009 and 10. The most down-to-earth man, but the most hospitable one can ever see. It was during TNOA at Erode that he wholeheartedly accepted to conduct sports for the first ever time in TNOA. One can never forget the feast, which was a hallmark of his meetings. He was the one to conduct the first TNOA Professor TKS mid-year CME. Over to you, sir. Dr. Nadesan, please. Sir, please unmute here. Kindly unmute, sir.
Already unmuted, sir. Unmuted.
Yes, sir. Go on.
I don't think he is unmuted.
He's been unmuted, sir.
Then, Nadesan,
unmute pannunga.
Can start your talk.
Yes, sir. Now we...
Some audio problem.
Yeah.
No audio problem. You can start your speech.
Nadesan, sir, can you use it some earphones or headphone?
Sir, Nadesan, sir.
Not audible.
Off the
screen. He can sort it out. We can go for the next talk then.
Okay, right. Ramesh, is Dr. P.V. Pugalenthi joined the meeting? Next, I call upon. Has he come? Dr. P.V. Pugalenthi? Okay.
No.
Next, I call upon Dr. P.V. Jaisankar, who was the president between 2010 and 11. An astute academician and a gentleman with pleasant manners and excellent in clarity of thought. I remember the AGM of his tenure as president to be the one which had the least complications and noise. In fact, it set a trend after that. It speaks of the organizational capacity and to keep very simple. It is his credentials that he is an international trustee for AO, and he was my mentor in all respects.
Raja, am I audible?
Yes, yes, very much, sir.
Am I visible?
Yes.
Yes.
No. Okay. Wonderful. I have my internet connection crashed, so I moved on to my mobile phone. So I just
We're not able to see you, but we're able to see some.
Sir, please change your.
Okay, I'll start.
No,
I'll
sir.
start.
Sir, please change your camera. No, facing your side. It's camera facing opposite side, sir.
Switch the camera.
Fine. Yes, sir. Fine.
Now fine?
No, sir. No. Again, it's gone back.
Now?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, fine, sir.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
Respected President of Tamil Nadu Orthopedic Association, Dr. Thirumalaisamy, the Secretary of TNOA, Dr. Saravanan, and my dear friend, Dr. Ravi Varma. I'm just delighted and excited to be part of this wonderful meeting and to see all my teachers, all the presidents, and so many of us. And I think I appreciate the entire team of people who organized this. So as we are actually crossing 10 o'clock. I'm not going to prolong my talk. Actually, my journey in TNOA started way back in exactly 40 years ago in 1980 in the TNOA conference at Kodaikanal, where Professor A.S., Professor Devadas and his team were in control. I remember Devadas there receiving all of us in Tamil Nadu House with that smart black coat and the striped, the tie. He was the inspiration all along, and he still continued to inspire me. So that was my start of TNOA, where I was not even a D-ortho student. I was just joined Government General Hospital as a senior surgeon, senior house officer. And before I started my D-ortho, I was in Kodaikanal. So that was my inspiration, seeing all the seniors. That inspired me to continue my journey in TNOA. I have held all the posts in TNOA as a zonal member from Chennai, as an editorial secretary, where I brought out the first new look journal, and I was also the secretary for under Professor Govardhan, and also after that Dr. P. Shanmugam. I'm sad he was not with us. Very, very sad that both of us gave me an excellent free hand to work with them. And then I became a president in 2010 and 11, where my dear friend was the secretary of the TNOA. So I did not have any problem. I had the best person as a TNOA secretary, so everything went on well. The credit actually should go to him, because you know the way he is organizing things. So that was my journey in TNOA, and I took over as a president in Madurai, and then I gave an oration and change in orthopedics, even which is very relevant even now. And then later, when my MN oration was in TMC Vellore, where I gave changing paradigm in treatment of distal radial fractures. The TNOA Con in 2011 was organized when I was the president in CMC Vellore, and also in almost all TNOA, I've been part of it, giving guest lectures, and also, I sat through a lot of judge as a medal judge for many medals in TNOA Con, and it was a great experience. And the Corona period has taught us many lessons. One of them is online meeting. In the recent past, the online meeting has attracted large number of participants. I would suggest my suggestion in the future TNOA Con may be partly online and partly on-site. The on-site meeting can be hands-on workshops, cadaveric workshops, and many orations. So if we can divide this into this format, it will attract a lot of crowd. We can also cut costs, and also there's larger participation. To conclude, I am very, very proud to be a member of TNOA. I'll continue to contribute to the growth of TNOA. Thank you very much for this great opportunity. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Indeed, a novel idea of a hybrid conference. Ramesh, if Dr. P.V. Polanti has not joined, And Dr. Rajshekhar also said he'll join a little later. If Have they joined quickly? No.
Yeah. No, sir.
Have they joined? Okay, thank you. Now we move on to
Dr. Nateshan, maybe.
Nateshan sir, have you sorted out your technical hitches? Dr. Nateshan sir, can you come? Listen.
Still not audible.
No, sir. Sir, I spoke to him, sir. Actually, audio is the problem.
Okay.
Okay.
We can just leave him.
Okay. We'll move on. We'll move on to Dr. R. Selvaraj, who was president between 2013 and 14. One man who always thinks of TNOA, well versed with the path we had tread till date. He has many progressive firsts to his credit. His passion for the TNOA building is one of the highlights of his career with TNOA. Apart from introducing important medals, propping up memberships, setting policies, and more. Till date, he can quote and refer to TNOA with year and date of any event.
Sir, Ramesh pesren, Alambic.
Such is his passion for TNOA. Over to you, sir. Dr. Selvaraj, please. Silvana? Dr. Selvaraj, please.
Dr. Selvaraj.
Dr. Selvaraj, please.
Thank you, Mr. Raja. Respected President of TNOA, Dr. Thirumalaisamy, Secretary, Dr. Saravanan, the past presidents of TNOA, respected teachers, colleagues, and friends. It's a great pleasure and privilege and honor to be a part of this memorable event to celebrate the 50th year of formation of TNOA. My journey as just like Dr. Jaishankar and a lot of others, my journey in TNOA has been quite long. I was an executive committee member, then I was the fellowship secretary, then joint secretary in 2006 to 8, and then as president. It was during my secretaryship that I enrolled the 1000th member of TNOA, which was a landmark in the history of the association. And during my secretaryship, I introduced the post of treasurer because I felt the secretary was too overburdened with a lot of works. I introduced the post of treasurer, and just after my secretaryship, Dr. Nalli was partly relieved with having a treasurer to share half of the work. Important medals like the TNOA PG quiz medal, the best publication medal, thanks to Dr. Raja for making the major contribution so that that medal could be initiated in 2007 at E-Road. And then thanks to Dr. Nateshan, the best poster medal, which was an original gold medal. Others were gold-plated silver medals, but the one that was given by Dr. Nateshan for the first time was a pure gold medal. And the Concentrates medal, which now goes in the name of Professor Ramanathan and Professor Xavier Gold Medal, all these were introduced during my period as secretary. And when I became president, I took it upon myself to have the building project as my pet project, and that materialized because of the major contribution made by my good friend, I call him Patti, Dr. Muralidharan from Dindigul. He was instrumental in getting the building pass. Now, this building is a very, very important factor. In the A.K. Gupta Trophy, every year you got a fixed 10 or 15 points if you have your own building. Now, this 15 marks was going away every year. Now, this 15 marks will permanently come to TNOA every year because of the project started by me and completed by Dr. Murali. And this blazer culture, a lot of people are wearing the blazers now proudly. That culture was again initiated during my presidentship. And I had the honor of conducting the first ever TNOA con to be conducted by TNOA itself at Chennai in 2014. And again, as Professor Devadas and other senior teachers were telling, the clinical examination is becoming a dying art. I think in the future TNOA conferences, you must have a session or half a day exclusively dedicated to the PG teaching program, which will reinfuse the importance of the clinical examination among the postgraduates. I always keep telling them that there is no substitute to hard work and there is no shortcut to clinical examination making a diagnosis. Your MRI, everything can be 1 point, but by examining a case and making out the diagnosis clinically gives you the lot of pleasure and inner satisfaction. That should be the one that PG should be looking at. And with this, I know the time is short. We are running past 10. I must give a special lot of thanks to Dr. Rajamani and Professor Vijayaraghavan for infusing the interest in me to take up association work, because I thought after my EC member and fellowship, I thought I'll keep off. Professor Rajamani and Professor Vijayaraghavan were the ones who infused interest to take up and do the association work. I must thank everyone, and I thank Raja and all the organizers for giving me this opportunity to meet the legends and interact with them. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Indeed, a lot of accomplishments during your period. And of course, the TNOA building will be a lasting memory, and it forms a very big landmark in the history of TNOA. Thank you so much, sir. Now we move on to Dr. Nalli R. Yuvaraj, who was the president between 2014 and 15. A man I've seen since his student days, and one who has never changed his qualities. He had always remained focused in matters about TNOA, stringently follows bylaw rules, principles, and procedures. He is one who can blend academics and organizational skills in any matter. Very passionate about updating bylaws, zonal issues. He was the first to introduce TNOA PG quiz program, apart from many more achievements. Over to you, sir, Dr. Nalli Yuvaraj.
Respected President, Dr. Thirumalaisamy, Secretary, Dr. Saravanan, seniors, past presidents, past secretaries, present office bearers, and my dear friends. Let me first congratulate the present executive committee for organizing a wonderful program, the 50th anniversary celebrations of the Tamil Nadu Orthopedic Association. And I'm also happy to see all the senior professors in one platform. I think this is a rare occurrence. I think we will not be able to see this very often. To start, I should first of all congratulate Dr. R.H. Govardhan, because when I heard Dr. Vijayaraghavan say that he was the one who initiated his interest in TNOA and made him the joint secretary. Similarly, it was in 1999. One fine morning, Dr. Govardhan calls me and asks me to sign on the fellowship secretary nomination. So I did not say a word, and I don't know what the procedure is, and then I just signed it, and then I was made the fellowship secretary, and my journey started there. For the next 12 years, I was with TNOA in various capacities and various office bearer posts. I think I must be the one who has held all the posts except the executive committee. I've been the fellowship secretary, the editorial secretary, and the other posts. And I've always I always think that I should do something for the association. Having taken up a post, I think I should do something. It's not just occupying the post and getting away like that. So like I was instrumental in getting the criteria for the fellowships selection, and which is still lasting till today. Then introduce a subspecialty, like the various chapters in the TNOA journal. When I was editorial secretary, we have the specialty wise and also included the medal papers in the journal, and I'm happy that it has grown very well, and then we are on the way to getting it indexed. And then to cap it all, it was during my tenure, we won the A.K. Gupta for the first time issued, because the previous one, it was known as the best chapter award of the IOA. And it was the first time we won the A.K. Gupta trophy during my tenure when I was working with Dr. Natesan and Dr. P.V. Vijayaraghavan, and then also with working with Natesan also there. I think it was the constant encouragement of these two people which made me work vigorously for the association. And with these words, I should say that I feel excited and honored to be named along with the doyens of orthopedics in Tamil Nadu. My name, along with these doyens, as having held the post of president. And TNOA has been instrumental in me taking up the post of Secretary General of the Orthopedic Association of Southern States, VIASIS. And recently I handed over, and then I had a very nice innings there. And in fact, I was stressing a lot of a lot on the unity among the South Indian states, and I'm sure it's going to materialize in future, because I can see signs of it happening there. So a good foundation that has been laid down by our seniors, and we should carry forward the traditions in future also. I wish the Tamil Nadu Orthopedic Association the very best. Long live TNOA. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Indeed, it was very informative. Thank you very much, sir. Next president between 2015 and 16, and obviously it was myself, Dr. Raja Ravi Varma, and you can already see how I'm enjoying and celebrating the Golden Jubilee of TNOA today. I was introduced to TNOA by my mentor, Dr. P.V. Jaishankar, and nurtured by Dr. P.V. Vijayaraghavan. But it was my close buddies, Dr. Selvaraj and Dr. Nalli Yuvraj, who taught me the nuances of conducting the TNOA business and guided me on almost everything I did. There were many shades of all the four in my activities. There have been many things which are brought up in the success story of this association, but by and large, I will a few things due to the constraint of time. The transformation of newsletters, color plates in TNOA journals, and the TNOA Best Publication Award was initiated by me. I introduced 3 gold medals in TNOA, introduced non-metro zone award for the best chapter in TNOA, modified eligibility criteria for TNOA, Dr. Muralidharan and Dr. Vanasekar fellowship by degree students as well to take part. I prepared the scientific templates for the mid-year CME as well as the TNOA, which is still being followed. I started research methodology during my period, but which was brainchild of Dr. Ramesh Babu, and I think he would speak again on that. The latter part of my presidency, with early part of Professor Dr. R. Sivakumar's presidency, set the pattern for 4 consecutive IOA Dr. A.K. Gupta Trophy awards. I made bone and joint day celebrations of TNOA perceivable and palpable, brought a new world record as a national coordinator by virtue of being the president TNOA, and I think viewers can view the rest of my achievements as well as others in the ebook later on. Thank you so much. And let me move on to Dr. R. Sivakumar, who was the president between 2016 and 17. An exponent of spine surgeries, his period was filled with many fellowships, observerships, etc. He was vibrant during National Bone and Joint celebrations. He carries the credit for the TNOA Bone Health Awareness Fortnight. Most importantly, the various subspecialty medals were from his ideas. Over to you, Dr. Sivakumar. Dr. Sivakumar.
Where is he?
Yeah,
some audio problem, isn't it?
There is some audio problem, sir. Sivakumar, sir.
Is it audio?
Sivakumar Raju, you have got an audio problem.
Sir, is it audible now?
Now it's better.
Okay. Sorry, sir. I think the signal is weak. Is it audible now?
Yes, now very much.
Yeah, you are seen also.
Okay, sir. Sir, good evening, sir. Good evening, all my teachers, past presidents, and my guides, my mentors, all to say this is a very nice meeting which has been arranged by the present president, Dr. Thirumalaisamy, and thanks to Dr. PTS, secretary of TNOA, and also the coordinator, Dr. Raja Ravi Varma. It's very difficult to follow Dr. Raja Ravi Varma, because following a good orator and again speaking something is going to be very tough for that person to follow on. Similarly, the actions of RRV was very difficult for me to cover up and come out in a TNOA in a better way. For my tenure during 2016 to 17 was very tough. But however, I managed to do that by doing certain activities which were very unique for the TNOA. And so to say, I was very much inspired to come to TNOA by my teachers, even Professor A.D. sir. I was attending as an MBBS student, as one of our past presidents was mentioning. I was a volunteer during 1988 IOA conference, and inspired by him to enter into orthopedics, and we entered the official association business as an EC member during Govardhan Prasad period. And thanks to Professor MC sir, who guided me, Dr. Muralidharan, Dr. Ghulam Mohiddin, and all the other presidents all over the state. And I had something in my mind to start some unique programs. Say, when National Born and Joint Day is a unique program for IOA. Our TNOA also should have a unique program so that we have a cluster of many days clubbed together, like Osteoporosis Day, Pediatric Orthopedic Day, Spine Day. All these days were clubbed as fortnight, Bone Health Awareness Fortnight of TNOA. We named that during our EC meeting, and it was in Coimbatore only. And I think we have to honor the next line or next platform of orthopedic surgeons or doyens or legends who have done very excellent work in the field of orthopedics. So what I thought during my period, I discussed with our EC, and also the GB also approved to have subspecialty medals in the names of those doyens. Like Sriram sir was taken up for pediatric orthopedics, Rakshan sir was taken up for the spine. David Rajan sir was taken, a medal was taken up for arthroscopy. Like that, we did that, and still one more medal is to be constituted, and that was so nice that the next presidents followed these programs also. And during I was so proud to be the one of the president of a Golden Jubilee conference, which was conducted in Coimbatore. It is 50th year of conference, TNOA con. It was conducted in Lee Meridian in Coimbatore under the chairmanship of the present president, Dr. Thirumalaisamy, and Dr. Vettuvel Chelian was the organizing secretary. They did an excellent conference at that time. And again, as a president, I gave from my own cost blazers to all the past presidents of TNOA at that conference. And I wish Dr. Thirumalaisamy also will do something during his tenure, because this is the 50th Golden Jubilee of TNOA also. Just a small witty and appeal to Dr. Thirumalaisamy, that's all. And we all stand on the shoulders of the founding members here, and the principles of the association are very much being taken in a very good way. And I think this should continue, and the present and the future presidents, secretaries, and the EC members to keep the flags of TNOA high. Like what Dr. Selvaraj was very much for the constitution of the TNOA, and Dr. Muralidharan also did an excellent job, and he was also my senior and like elder brother. We want all the forthcoming members to maintain the heights and the flags of TNOA fly high. That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Shivakumar. I don't know, Dr. Thirumalaisamy may not have the necessary things to give away anything because of the pandemic. We all conducted conferences. Anyway, thanks a lot, Dr. Shivakumar. And next, we move on to Dr. S. Ramesh Babu, who was president between 2017 and 18. He is well known for the tours he used to undertake, and I think he must be the only president to have traveled and visited almost all the clubs. His president's monthly newsletters were a revelation. Research and methodology was his brainchild, though initiated during my period. The only edutainment tour was conducted during his period. Over to you, Dr. Ramesh.
Thank you, Raja. The dynamic president of the Tamil Nadu Orthopedic Association, Dr. Thirumalaisamy, the vibrant secretary, P.T. Saravanan, the coordinator of this excellent program, Dr. Raja Ravi Varma, my senior professors, teachers, past presidents, and current president, as well as the EC members of Tamil Nadu Orthopedic Association. Good evening to one and all. It gives me great pleasure in taking part in this one of the excellent programs. Every one of you for doing this wonderful event. I mean, as a president of TNOA, most of my work has been the association activities, as it was mentioned by my predecessors. It was very, very organized. the TNOA is one of the best associations of our country, because everything is in a right format, and it is very easy for the secretary as well as the president to follow it. So I should thank Selvaraj, the Dalli Yuvaraj, Raja Ravi Varma, Sivakumar for a very good manner. My secretary at that time was as you know, he is a very good organizer. The way in which he represents things, the way in which he writes the report, it was so excellent, and automatically everyone who is looking at it will get the best award. That was the one reason why TNOA was consecutively getting best chapter award. And now I think it is being very well followed by PT Saravanan, and I'm sure in future also every one of us will follow, and we will be the one of the best chapters in IOA. And as Raja was mentioning, I had the pleasure of visiting almost each club in TNOA. I think at present there are 23. When I was there, there were about 21. I visited almost all the clubs, and I could appreciate the enormous enthusiasm among our members personally. And I should thank, the first visit was to Pattukottai. I should thank Dr. CJ Ravi, who gave me an excellent reception. So wherever I went, I could see the enthusiasm among our members, and I was very well received and hosted. I should thank Muralidharan, who was doing a great job at Dindukal, and he was responsible for organizing the Golden Joint Day coordination meeting. Every year he used to conduct, and we used to discuss how to go about it, and it was very well organized and created a lot of enthusiasm among all the EC members. So if we could continue the good work which has been done by our predecessors, I'm sure in years to come, TNOA will maintain the best chapter award. And my only wish is we should improve on our research activities, and we should encourage, we should make sure TNOA publishes an article, index journal. That is my wish for TNOA. And with this, I thank the opportunity given to me, and I also wish TNOA, long live TNOA. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for the organizer.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much, Dr. Ramesh Babu. Now we move on to Dr. Muralidharan, who was a president between 2018-19. A man who never talks much, but shows in actions. He appears shy, but at the back of his mind, one can see the no-nonsense man. His organizational skills are exemplary and does things most difficult with consummate ease without anyone watching it. He is always a friend in need. The fees in the recent conferences have been set standards by this man. He seemingly took TNOA from papers to e-papers, literally a paperless office. His generosity is something which one has to admire. Over to you, Dr. Muralidharan, please.
Sir, thank you, Raja. Respected President, our friend Thirumalaisamy, dynamic Secretary Saravanan, our senior professors AS, RVK, and AD Sir, and all other past presidents. I am very much happy to be associated with TNOA. I am associated with TNOA from 1991. Most of the things, whichever I am doing in orthopedics, I learned from TNOA only. So I have to be thankful for TNOA, and so I want to be attached more to TNOA and want to do something for TNOA. As I was a recent president, most of the things I have achieved, most of you know, because my past president oration also, I have talked all the things. So I think no need to explain all the things which you have done very recently, including IOCON and the building registration and other things. So It's already getting late. I don't want to go in detail. It's already given in the e-journal also. So only one thing I want to emphasize on this time, as we seniors, we have to educate the juniors to compact this world, how in orthopedics. It's very difficult, it's going to be. So we have to teach them not only the orthopedics and how to come up in their life. It may be a difficult time for orthopedics. That is the thing I'm going on thinking. It may be very difficult time within 10 years. So not only the education, how to live in this world, also we have to teach. So TNOA is, as such is doing well. We have to keep it up for long run. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Sensitive thoughts indeed. Thank you so much. Now we come to the last of the past presidents, Dr. J. Deenadayalan, who was president between 2019-20. When he took over, he had a tag of an academician. It was wonderful, wondered if he would suit the organizational skills of his predecessors. But he proved that every president had his own trademark and charisma, and of course, he had one too. He took the TNOA to great heights in accomplishing academic excellence, something which is very familiar to him. Everywhere there was one academic program or other, be it a CME, an observership, hands-on, you name it, and it was there. Over to you, Dr. Deenadayalan.
Thank you, sir. Respected President Thirumalaisamy, Dynamic Secretary P.T. Saravanan, and all the presidents of our TNOA. And this is the first forum ever that I saw every TNOA president face on the face. So I thank our coordinator Raja Ravi Varma for getting this. President and secretary made it possible. And I'm so happy. I bow down to all the presidents whom I have seen before and I have not also. I think this is my best thing I can ever have in my life. I bow down to you all. That is, the best thing is like, I have not interacted to a few of our past presidents, but today I had the virtue of listening to everybody, and then the platform that they made possible for the TNOA was fantastic. And I just followed what they have laid down the platform. And one of the best moments I ever had in my presidentship was having been with the three musketeers in Madurai. So it was RVK, AS, and Devadas, all the professors along with whom I could cherish the moments. I think it was one of the fantastic moments I had. And throughout the journey, like when I was into this TNOA presidentship, the other three trio that who helped me to get into all the nitty-gritties of TNOA is none other than Raja Ravi Varma, Nalli Yuvaraj, and Selvaraj, who made it possible to understand all the nitty-gritty involved in TNOA. And during the presidentship, all the programs that I did, also credit must also go to Professor Ramesh Babu, who helped me in getting it done. And also, like, having said all this, the entire thing, like my guide, philosopher, friend, everything put together, like everything that was made possible only by Professor Rajshekharan, who was along with me, and he has guided me throughout this period. And to follow Shivakumar, Ramesh Babu, and then Muralidhar, as having done the hat trick of AK Gupta Trophy and get it for the fourth with our Francis Roy as a secretary. I think all of them have done a phenomenal work for me and then work for us to have it done. And not to forget during this course and the entire career as my TNOA presidentship and the tenure, I should never forget the generosity and the humanness that has been taught to me by Professor Nadesan and Dr. Muralidhar. And these two have been like, they have been like what a humankind or human nature must give, and they have provided to me. And I learned a lot throughout in this career, and I thank you all. This is my best moment I can ever have because I have seen you all. And this is what I was yearning for. In fact, In my presidentship, I tried to contact few of our presidents to come for inauguration. I contacted them to be staying for the valedictory function, but still only few could make it. But today, I thank Thirumalaisamy, Saravanan and Raja Ravi Varma to make it possible. And I thank you all for this. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Dina Dayalan. While we have listened to all the past presidents, I think we must place on record the excellent commitment, service rendered, and the excellent support which was given by the past secretaries of TNOA who for some reason or other could not become the president, and some are still waiting to become presidents. At this point of time, with the permission of President and Secretary, we wish to place on record our excellent appreciation to Dr. Shaktivel, Dr. P.S. Shanmugam, Dr. Singara Vadivelu, Dr. S. Muthuraman, and Dr. Francis Roy for having been a great support to all the presidents who all have boasted of all nice things and achievements, whereas these are the people who are behind us and doing everything for us. We thank you all on behalf of TNOA. Apologies to Dr. Sriram and Dr. Natesan, we were not able to get them online. Ramesh, if you can unmute everybody, if you can unmute.
No, sir. Sir, Dr. Nadesan, sir, his technical problem is resolved now. You can ask.
Sure, sir. Sir, with the permission of President, can we have Dr. Nadesan online? Dr. Nadesan, please.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. பேரன்புக்கும் பெருமதிப்புக்கும் உரிய தலைவர் அவர்களே, செயலாளர் அவர்களே, ராஜா ரவிவர்மா அவர்களே, உங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் என் மனமார்ந்த இந்த மாலை வணக்கங்கள். Hear me?
Yes, sir. We are able to hear.
Yeah. நான் பிரசிடெண்டா இருக்கும், நான் முதல்ல 1977 TNOA கான்ஃபரன்ஸ், ஃபர்ஸ்ட் லவ் இஸ் ஆல்வேஸ் தி பெஸ்ட் லவ். 1977 ஃபர்ஸ்ட் TNOA கான்ஃபரன்ஸ் அட்டன் பண்ணேன். அப்போ ஒரு 60-70 பேர் தான் இருந்தாங்க. அது ஒரு பிசியாலஜி லெக்சர் ஹால் தஞ்சாவூர்ல நடந்தது. அந்த ஒரு ஒன் டே கான்ஃபரன்ஸ் காலையில் 10 மணிலேருந்து ஈவினிங் 5 மணி. அதிலிருந்து ஆல்மோஸ்ட் நான் எல்லா TNOA கான்ஃபரன்ஸஸையும் அட்டன் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன். ஒரு சில கான்ஃபரன்ஸ் தவிர இது எல்லா கான்ஃபரன்ஸும் அட்டன் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன். இது குரோத்தை பார்க்கும்போது எனக்கு ரொம்ப பெருமையாகவும் ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமாகவும் இருக்கு. TNOA 97 எனக்கு ஒரு சான்ஸ் கொடுத்தாங்க TNOA கான்ஃபரன்ஸ் நடத்துறதுக்கு 95. அப்போ டேவிட் ராஜன் எனக்கு ரொம்ப உறுதுணையா இருந்தாரு. அவர் தான் அப்போ செக்ரட்டரி. ப்ரொஃபசர் PDR அப்போ பிரசிடெண்டா இருந்தார். ஸோ அப்போ தான் நம்ம ஃபர்ஸ்ட் விளையாட்டுக்கும் ஒரு மரியாதை கொடுத்து அதில் சேர்த்தோம். அடுத்தது எனக்கு 2007 ஒரு சான்ஸ் கொடுத்தாங்க மறுபடியும் ஆர்கனைசிங் செக்ரட்டரியாக இருக்கிறதுக்கு. அதுவும் ரொம்ப நல்ல கான்ஃபரன்ஸாக நடந்து முடிஞ்சது. அப்போ TK சண்முகசுந்தரம் ஃபுல் டே இருந்து ரொம்ப ஆசீர்வதிச்சுட்டு போனார். அது ரொம்ப பெருமையாக இருந்தது. அப்போ அவர் வராமல் இருந்தார். ஆக்சுவலாக கடைசி நாள் தான் நான் ஃபோன் பண்ணி வர சொன்னதும் உடனே நீ கூப்பிட்ட நான் வந்தே ஆகணும் அப்படின்ட்டு உடனே புறப்பட்டு வந்துட்டாரு. 2012 மறுபடியும் நாங்கள் மிட்-இயர் CME அப்படியே கொஞ்சம் டிக்ளைனிங் ஆகிற பீரியட். அப்போ CME அந்த CME எடுத்து கொஞ்சம் ஒரு லெவலுக்கு கொண்டு போனோம். அதுக்கு பிறகு 2018 PDRக்கு ஒரு மரியாதை செலுத்துகிற முறையில் ஈரோட்டில் மிக சிறப்பான முறையில் அவருக்கு அவருடைய ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸுங்களெல்லாம் வச்சு ஒரு 250 பேர் அட்டன் பண்ண ஒரு கான்ஃபரன்ஸ் நடத்தினோம். அதுக்கு அடுத்தது அயோகா நடத்தணும். அதுதான் எல்லாத்துக்கும் தெரிஞ்ச விஷயம். அதுக்கு பிறகு 2019 ஒரு கான்ஃபரன்ஸ் நடத்தினோம். அது தீனா பீரியடில் IOA ட்ரோமாகான், அதுவும் ரொம்ப சிறப்பாக நடந்தது. இந்த கான்ஃபரன்ஸ் எல்லாமே ரொம்ப சிறப்பாக நடந்ததுக்கு உங்களுடைய அனைவருடைய மிகச்சிறந்த ஒத்துழைப்பும் ஆர்வமும் தான் காரணமாக அமைஞ்சிருந்தது. ரெண்டாவது, இப்போ நான் இதெல்லாம் சொல்றதை விட அடுத்தது என்ன போகணும்னா, இந்த மிட்-இயர் CME பற்றி கொஞ்சம் சொல்லலான்னு நான் ஆசைப்படுறேன். அடுத்தது என்ன பண்ணலான்ட்டு. மிட்-இயர் CME அந்த க்ரௌடை கொஞ்சம் புல் பண்ணுற மாதிரியும் கொஞ்சம் வைப்ரண்ட்டாக இருக்கிற மாதிரியும், மிட்-இயர் CMEக்கு ஏதாவது ஒரு 2 ஸ்பான்சர்ஸ் இருந்ததுன்னா ஒரு 2 மெடல்ஸ் கிரியேட், அதுக்காக 2 மெடல்ஸ் கிரியேட் பண்ணணும். அது ஆன் பிஹாஃப் ஆஃப் த TNOA. டிஎன்ஓஏனுடைய நேம்ல அவங்களுக்கு மெடல் கொடுக்குற மாதிரி இருக்கணும். அப்பதான் வந்து அந்த பிஜிஸ் எல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் நிறைய அட்டன் பண்றதுக்கு வந்து விருப்பமா வந்து சேருவாங்க. ரெண்டாவது வந்து இந்த அதே டேட்ல தான் வந்து ஆல் கிளப் பிரசிடென்ட்ஸு, செக்ரட்டரிஸு, இசி மெம்பர்ஸ் ஒரு மீட்டிங் போடணும். அப்போ வந்து அந்த க்ரௌடும் சேர்ந்து வரும். இதெல்லாம் வந்து ஒரு கம்பல்சரியா ஒரு மீட்டிங் மாதிரி பண்ணும்போது தான் கொஞ்ச நாளைக்கு நம்ம இதெல்லாம் பண்ணோம்னா வந்து மிட் இயர் சிஎம்இ வில் பி வெரி வைப்ரண்ட் அண்ட் இது. இன்னொன்று வந்து நான் சொல்ல விரும்புறது என்னன்னா, இந்த போன் அண்ட் ஜாயிண்ட் டே வந்து அந்த 2 வீக்ஸுக்கு மட்டும் நம்ம வச்சுட்டு 1 வீக் மட்டும் வச்சுட்டு அதில் பண்ணுற சர்ஜரிஸ் எல்லாமே இந்த ஃப்ரீ சர்ஜரிஸ் அது இதெல்லாம் பண்ணுறோம். அது இல்லாமல் நம்ம வந்து மக்களுக்கு சேவை செய்யறதுக்காக ஏதாவது ஒன்று செய்யணும்னா இந்த ஃப்ரீ சர்வீசஸ் ஆல் ஓவர் த டைம் செய்யணும். அந்த ஆல் ஓவர் த இயர் செய்யறத பூரா வந்து ஆன் ரெக்கார்டு கொண்டு வரணும், டிஎன்ஓஏ ரெக்கார்டு கொண்டு வரணும். ஒவ்வொரு ஹாஸ்பிட்டல்லையும் ஒவ்வொரு நாளும் என்னென்ன வந்து ஃப்ரீ சர்ஜரிஸ் பண்ணாங்க, அல்லது ஹேண்டிகேப்டு பர்சன்ஸுக்கு எத்தனை ஹேண்டிகேப்டு பர்சன்ஸுக்கு என்னென்ன ஹெல்ப் பண்ணாங்க, ஆர்த்தோபெடிக்லி ஹேண்டிகேப்டு பர்சன்ஸுக்கு கேலிபர்ஸ் கொடுத்தாங்களா, வாக்கிங் எய்ட்ஸ் கொடுத்தாங்களா, இது பண்ணாங்களா, இந்த மாதிரி வந்து இது வந்து ஹோல் ஓவர் தி இயர் பண்றதை வந்து நம்ம பை ரெக்கார்ட் கொண்டு வந்துட்டு அதை வந்து நம்ம வந்து ப்ரொஜெக்ட் பண்ணும் ஒழிய ஒரு அந்த ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் பீரியட்ல பண்ணதை மட்டும் ப்ரொஜெக்ட் பண்றது. ஏன்னா உங்களுக்கு வந்து வருஷம் பூரா நிறைய கேசஸ் வந்துட்டு இருக்கும், அதெல்லாம் வந்து விட்டு போயிருது நம்மளுடைய ரெக்கார்டை விட்டு. ஸோ அது எல்லாமே நம்ம வந்து கம்பைல் பண்ணா தான் இன்னும் நல்லா இருக்கும், மக்களுக்கும் அதை ஒரு அவேர்னஸாக கொண்டுட்டு போகலாம். ஸோ எங்கள் டிஎன்ஓஏ சார்பில் உங்களுக்கு வந்து இதை ஃப்ரீ சர்வீஸாக பண்ணுறோம், இதை ஃப்ரீ சர்வீஸாக பண்ணுறோம் அப்படின்னு டிஎன்ஓஏனுடைய பேனரில் அவங்களுக்கு எல்லாம் இதெல்லாம் பண்ணி கொடுத்துட்டு இருந்தோம்னா இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் நல்லா இருக்கும்ட்டு என்னுடைய ஃபீலிங். வித் திஸ் அப்புறம் வேற ஒன்றும் பெருசாக நான் சொல்ல விரும்பல, டைம் ஆயிடுச்சு. இதோட நான் க்ளோஸ் பண்ணிக்கிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Nandri Ayya, thank you so much for your wonderful talk in Tamil. It really adored the entire evening's program. Romba armaiya irundhathu. With that, I think we are coming to a close of all the felicitations by past presidents. If Ramesh can just unmute everyone for a second, we can give a big hand to the Golden Jubilee celebrations of TNOA, and we can listen to the applauding sounds from everyone in one go. Ramesh, is it possible?
Possible.
Do it. And then it was a surprise for me itself. Today we have got 25 presidents on board, and I received 27 articles out of 33 past presidents. That is a great success for this Golden Jubilee celebrations of TNOA. Ramesh, for once again, if you can unmute everybody.
Yeah. So everyone can unmute now.
நிறைய பேர் வந்து நான் பாட்டுக்கு சொல்லிட்டு இருப்பாங்க, ஒருத்தவங்க பாட்டு கிளாஸ் சொல்லிட்டு இருப்பாங்க, ஒருத்தவங்க நாமே ஏமாத்த மாதிரி
Shall we clap?
Raji, you have not unmuted.
Raja, unmute yourself, Raja.
We can. As I said, it was a pleasant surprise getting 25 presidents online today and 27 articles from 33 presidents. It's a real great achievement for this conference. And now I hand over to Dr. S.J. Thirumalaisamy, President TNOA, for his closing remarks, to be followed by vote of thanks from Dr. Ponraj. Unmute now.
Every one of us will remember this event for our lifetime. I thank all the legends, seniors to be with us in these odd hours. And I enjoyed each one of your comments and experiences. It was really, really very useful for the younger generations to know about our association and how we are achieving things, and everything is set in motion. Very great event. And I really take Dr. Nateshan's and other senior colleagues' suggestions to improve our TNOA, which will be placed in the record in the coming EC meeting. And this year, because of pandemic, we couldn't conduct the meeting in coming February. Instead, we are going to have TNOA Con in ERCOT in September, along with Oasis. I request all of you to keep your dates free in September, and the circular will come in a short time. So we'll have 1 day TNOA Con, 2 days Oasis Con. That's the plan. So we're not going to miss the TNOA Con because it needs to be there for the A.K. Gupta Trophy, as well as some other reasons like medal papers and other things. So with that, I thank each and every one of you for participating. It's a really great joy. Thank you very much. Over to Dr. Ponraj.
Yes, sir. Good evening, one and all. I thank Dr. P.T. Saravanan for giving me the opportunity to thank our members. On behalf of Tamil Nadu Orthopedic Association, I thank all our legends and doyens of past presidents who taught us to work and survive in the field of orthopedics. My sincere thanks to all the secretaries. My sincere thanks to our president, Dr. Thirumalaisamy, for his hard work to take our association in a greater height, and for collecting and contribution of 1,65,000 for the COVID fund for our welfare of our PG postgraduates. I thank our secretary, Dr. P.T. Saravanan, who started the online PG teaching program for the for the postgraduates. So far, he has conducted around 33 PG classes during the pandemic time. I thank our President-elect, Dr. Professor Anthony Ponraj, for his 15 years of service to our association, and collected and received 10 boxes of PPE kits from our IOA. I thank all the EC members of our association. I thank all. Thank you. Good night.
That brings us to the end of the program. Good night. Stay safe from Corona and take care of family. Bye-bye. Good night. Good night.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Can we wind up?
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night, sir. Good night.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye-bye. Good night.
Dr. Raja, thank you. Alavapan, thank you. Farooq, thank you. Farooq, can you hear me? Yeah. Huh? கேக்குதா? நல்லா கேக்குதுப்பா. Good.
Saravanan sir, can I end the meeting, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
கேட்டுக்கலாம் சார்.
Yes, sir.
Wait பண்ணலாம் சார்.
Thank you all.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Very good organization.
Thank you, Saravanan.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thanks, sir.
Thank you. Thank you
very much, sir. Thanks, sir.
Well organized.
Yes,
and
sir.
you have put a lot of work on it. We must also thank the Olympic peoples who have made it a very grand success.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Mr. Ramesh.
Yes, sir.
Olympic. Yes. Thank you very much, Ramesh.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Bye, Ramesh.
Yes, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye.